I'm Dan, this is Guns and Guitars, and this is the unboxing, building, and review of the BK-008 do-it-yourself bass kit you can get from bargainmusician.com. A cool thing that you should know about bargainmusician.com is they actually keep stock of all of their kits in both left-handed and right-handed. So when I got a lot of reviews to do a left-handed P-bass kit, they were actually the only people that had one in stock and ready to ship. There are other places that sell lefty P-bass kits online, but most of them are special order and they can take 6 weeks and all the way up to 6 months to get it. So not only did Bargain Musician have one in stock and ready to ship, but they actually had it at my door in 2 days. That's right. 2 days. I ordered it on a Tuesday morning and it was on my doorstep Thursday morning. I was completely blown away. So, A+ for that, bargainmusician.com. This kit will set you back $139, but apparently that includes free hyperspace speed shipping. But $139 is actually a little more than I'd be willing to spend on a P-bass kit. But if you look closely, this is not your average P-bass kit. This thing has some very unique styling. It's built more like an original 51 P-bass, but instead of it having a single coil pickup, it's actually got a musicman style humbucker. It also features a maple fretboard and a beautiful pearloid pickguard. Unboxing this thing, looking closely at the basswood, it has much better wood grain than any basswood kit I've built before, and it even has some flaming in some spots. Like other kits, this one does have a small wood filler spot, but it was done much better than the cheaper kits. It's hardly noticeable as is, and under stain, it'll probably just disappear completely. The routing in the body is clean, and this kit does have a hole drilled for the bridge ground connection. Praise the Lord! The neck and fretboard both feature excellent wood grain as well. So, unlike the cheap eBay-based kit, you can actually make a beautiful instrument out of this thing. The headstock is pre-shaped, which could be good or bad depending on what you're after. Personally, I prefer these paddle-shaped headstocks where you can just cut them to whatever shape you want. And again, personally, I just think this headstock is pretty hideous. But they did leave enough wood on it that I think I can still save it. So stay tuned if you want to see how this thing turns out. Also, looking at the neck, I noticed right off the bat that the frets have already been leveled and crowned. It's not the prettiest job I've ever seen, but if you don't have the tools or the skills to level and crown your own frets, this saves you a lot of time and money. The hardware seems to be of better quality as well. Still not high-end hardware by any means, but I especially noticed that the tuners are much better quality than I've seen on my other kits. The electronics are sort of pre-wired, but the pickup and the output jack are not connected, so you'll have to solder those yourself. So some soldering is required. Looking closely at the wiring, the color codes were funky and inconsistent. Depending on where it was connected, the ground wire could either be black, white, or green, and the hot wire could either be black or yellow. See how that could be confusing? Especially since black was used for both a hot and a ground connection. Lastly, even though the neck and body are supposed to be a matched set, the neck pocket had way too much slop in it. This is really unacceptable and it will have to be fixed. The good news is that, like fixing a neck that's too tight, fixing a neck that's too loose is actually surprisingly easy and doesn't take very long at all. And if you want, I'll show you how to do that in a future video. Some bonuses that came with the kit were some free picks, a $10 off coupon for my next purchase, and some general building instructions. But they weren't specific to this particular bass kit, so I actually didn't find them all that useful. Build time on this kit was a little over an hour, but it would have easily been under an hour if it weren't for 3 things. 1, I got confused on the wiring because of the mismatched colors. 2, I had to fix that sloppy neck pocket. And 3, I actually broke a neck screw during installation and had to figure out how to get it out without permanently damaging the neck or the body. Now I went ahead and finished the kit with some spare screws that I had on hand, but if this happens to you, you need not fear. One quick email over to the support crew at Bargain Musician and some guy named Zane had a new set of neck screws in my mailbox in 2 days. Seriously, bargainmusician.com, you guys are killing it. eBay and Amazon can't compete with your level of customer service. Now, because the frets were leveled and crowned, setting up this bass was really easy. It naturally had a nice, low, and smooth action. I will say, though, that the strings that came with the kit are complete garbage. The low E string is pretty much completely dead, and these other strings have kinks in it from being wadded up in the packaging. But that's enough of the sound of my voice. Let's hear how this bass sounds. As always, I'm going to be recording directly into Logic with no EQ or amp simulation, so what you're hearing is going to be the raw tone of this bass. Also, even though I personally am left-handed, I don't play bass wrong-handed. So, I'm going to be playing in an upside-down backwards tuning, which is going to make for some kind of funky avant-garde style jazz. Hopefully in the style of someone you'll recognize. actually plays really well, and the tone of this instrument is super unique. Unlike your typical musicman bass, this pickup is actually pushed a little bit further forward, more like the split P position of a precision bass, go figure. And the result is, while still having the top end bite and sparkle that you're used to from a musicman pickup, you actually get a fatter bottom end like you would get from a P pickup, so it's a really good combination between the two. So here's my summary. Things that are cool. It's a beautiful and unique looking bass. It's got great tone from a great pickup, a really fun mix between a P and a musicman. The frets are already leveled and crowned, which makes for an easy build and setup. Light speed, fast and free shipping, and excellent customer service from Bargain Musician. Things that suck! It's a little more expensive than a typical P-bass kit, though I think it's priced pretty well considering the quality of this kit. It's much better than any of the other cheaper kits you'd get. The electronics were pretty confusing with the mixed up color coding. I personally don't care for that pre-shaped headstock. Of course, if that's what you're looking for, then that's what you're looking for. Duh! And it had a really sloppy neck pocket, like sloppy joes. What am I doing? All in all though, I really like this kit and I wish I was keeping it for myself. But unfortunately, this is going to be a custom build for someone else. But seriously, this thing looks and sounds so freaking cool and unique. I really might have to get one of these for myself. But of course, in our right-handed configuration. Hit the subscribe button if you want to see how I fix this sloppy neck pocket. I'm Dan, this is Guns and Guitars. Thanks for watching.